or might actually be good afternoon now. We are at Tabsa Temple. We drove bright and early this morning from Yeosu to Huang Chong, I think it was, service area, and then just kept continuing down to make it here to Tabsa. I say down, but we were going north. Very, very far north. The drive was really long. It was pleasant. It was in the middle of nowhere for the most part. I think everybody got everybody else in the car except for me was able to close their eyes for a few minutes to sleep. Really, it was just driving for a real long time. It was about 2 hours. We stopped at that service area, like I said, and got a thing of coffee. And we purchased bread last night and some onigiri, or Bibimbap. So we were actually pretty well set for the trip this morning. The only of us who has not had anything to eat yet is Chris. So we'll probably go stop at one of the restaurants in front of the temple to have some food. And then we'll be making our way to Jeonju. We're pretty much done here. Everything is really cool. They were pretty impressed. I'm glad that I didn't oversell it and that it looks amazing to them. And we'll check back in a moment here. Welcome back. We are now in Jeonju, walking on one of the side streets near the Pangnam-mong gate. And from Tabsa, where I last checked in at, we we had lunch first at a fantastic place that served pork ribs. And we bought pork ribs and pork neck. And then we hopped back in the car, drove an hour to Jeonju, where we're at right now. We checked in immediately and went to the Gyeonggi Hall and walked around there, checked out all the little buildings, and it was like a photographer's dream. Everybody was taking tons of Instagram photos there. And then we walked over to Pangnam Gate, checked out the gate for a little. It's still closed, unfortunately, which was closed 2 years ago as well. And, well, are walking down the pawn shop row is what this is called. So we're just checking out the buildings here. I will say there are a lot of empty buildings or shuttered buildings. I don't know if that's normal for a Sunday at 5 o'clock. Maybe that's just the norm. But yeah, I'm kind of curious about that. Lynn's saying it was more normal in the States than it is over here. I'm not 100% sure. But anyhow, we will check back in a moment here once we figure out what's next. I think it's probably dinner, but we'll see. We're gonna walk around a little bit more. Back in a second. Alright, and we are currently walking around the Jeolla-gamyeong, or the old government building here in Jeonju. We were gonna go to dinner, but none of us are hungry, unfortunately. So we decided to come walk around this building instead, and I've never been here. Actually, it reminds me a lot of Suwon. Has a lot of new wood. I don't know how to kind of describe it, but it looks like it was just built. And because of that, it reminds me of the way that I saw Suwon buildings at the main palace there, or the main fortress. We're going back in like 2 days here, so I'll be able to see if it is like that or not. The buildings though here are amazing, and like really, they said they rebuilt them like at least 3 times, but they look really, really new. And that being said, they look really, really well maintained. And so it was a ton of fun just walking around the main hall, the pavilion next to the hall, and in the kind of sleeping headquarter areas behind both buildings. But we're still trying to figure out what we're gonna do next. Maybe I just saw a kid with a bag for the moon cakes, I believe they're called, moon pies, that I want to show everybody. So we'll probably go there next, maybe. Like, it kind of sucks that the Catholic Church here is closed again. And and I'm not able to go, but we'll figure something out. Anyhow, we'll be back in a moment. Alright, just to cut in real quick, this is an area where buildings used to be, but no longer remain. So all these grass plots here used to be some sort of building that was either destroyed, burned down, or taken down by something, or for some reason or someone. And yeah, I just thought that was kind of a cool check-in. So, alright, yep, back to the story. Alright, and welcome back. We are currently in our Hankook room, or Hanuk room. And it is just your average room. Why don't we do a quick room tour right now? Okay, so here's the room tour. I gotta be kind of quiet because it's kind of late now. But we're in room number 1. And we have a padlock for the lock for the door. And I'll just take that in with me. Put that right here on the door handle. Go ahead and pull this door closed. And the way to keep it closed is this latch. This is our Hanbok room. I think that's what it is, our Hankook room. There is an on-door control. This is light control. Lynn's currently in the shower, so we'll do that in a second. But we have 2 futons right there, 2 pillows, 2 blankets, and then our TV. We do have a fridge and everything, but it's in a room that's over there. And there's as many free water bottles as you want, or free water. That is our AC control with the AC, which is currently turned on. And then if you look up, this is our room. I would say that if you were to look at it, gosh, I think it's just your standard size ondol room. Like, I want to say maybe 10 feet this way by like maybe 12 feet that way. And then the bathroom's actually quite large though, so we'll take a look at that in a second. And we do have the 2 hangers, and then a list of rules. First one is quiet after 10:30, because that's when everybody's going to bed. It's currently 9:30, so I do have a little bit of time. This one is, I believe, don't drink or eat anything on the blanket. One of these is no smoking, and the other is, let's see, this is the internet IP time. I cannot remember what the other is, though. But I did do some translation on the phone for that. Anyhow, that is just the quick trip of the room. And as soon as Lynn gets dressed and out of the shower, I'll go ahead and do the shower stall and toilet area as well. But yeah, we'll just come back in a second for that. Okay, and we're back. Lynn is out of the shower, so let's go ahead and take a quick look in the room and have our fancy toilet. And then the whole shower area. We have, Lynn was saying the shower pressure is actually not all that great, so it is actually quite humid in here because she just did take a shower. But all the stuff we need are right there and in there. Shoot the towels and stuff. There. Alright. And so yeah, that will actually do it for the room tour. Let's go ahead and get back to it to finish off the night. Alright, as you can see, the room is, you know, it's not the biggest, but it's not bad. It's good enough for 2 people. The bathroom's actually quite spacious compared to the other 2 or 3 that I've stayed in, so that's kind of nice. These are really nice in the winter when you have the on-dual system. That's actually pretty cool. But anyhow, just to finish up the video here, after the haul, we went and got dinner at Hankook, I believe it is. It's the famous Jeonju Bibimbap. We actually got a huge amount of food. We got the family of 2 dinner, And then we got two bibimbaps, one with raw beef, another with Jeonju beef, and then we got a pork rib soup. And the banchan and everything that came out with it was amazing. Everything was super delicious, super yummy. And so after that, I walked down the street, took a few night shots, which I could probably throw up if they came out, and then bought a cup of coffee, but I don't think I actually took any video of that because the guy was actually closing down, and then walked back to the room, and here we are. Tomorrow's an easy day. We're going back to Seoul. Just spending the morning here in Jeonju before returning to Seoul, and then we got to return the car and then take the train to Seoul. So I'm gonna go ahead and end that here and say have a great night, and we'll see you in the next video.